fans to the site of so many historical events in American history,
including the burning.
And the home of so many famous presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Chester Arthur, who is not very famous, and of course, President Barack Obama currently. And in case you didn't know, it even tells you where it's located, in Washington, D.C. of the United States of America.
Now, some people might not know that.
If they live in foreign countries.
Exactly.
So this is a Lego architecture set. It's the White House, obviously. And first of all, we get this very, very, very nice instruction manual. First of all, you can see that it's got like this hard binding to keep it nice. And then we even get information about the White House in here. It tells you about the designer of the White House, James Hoban. How the many different plans that they had for Washington, D.C.
I got it. There. Just turn the pages now.
The competition into who was going to design it. History of the White House, right there.
It burned down once.
Federal style. Facts from the White House. Location, style, materials, size, and the year. First cornerstone laid in October of 1792. The full construction of the building took place between 1792 and 1800, when the first residents moved in. And then we have a very interesting instruction design here. It's all black, so it's going to make it a little harder to see. It does tell you the pieces that you will need for each step, which is nice.
Oh, and I like this. It shows you which pieces were put in.
Yes, it has those nice red lines, which you can hopefully see there.
Yeah.
So it kind of distinguishes between the pieces too, because as we all know, in Lego architecture sets, you do work with a lot of smaller pieces. Now here, obviously not, we get a lot of big base plates in this set. I mean, look at these four right here. Those are pretty big. Mm-hmm. Do get a nice printed brick, which you'll be seeing in a moment.
Ooh, rare bricks.
Those are rare.
Pretty rare. I've never seen big ones like that.
Unexpected gathering.
Oh yeah. Well, I have small ones.
And throughout the book, we do get interesting.
Rarer.
We get interesting facts about the White House throughout the book here. And as you see, we are getting a lot of small pieces here. And at the end of the book, you can see how intricate this design is here. So this is a bit of a tough build. Anyway, at the end of the book, we do get a few more facts
Here, I got it.
about it. Renovating the White House. Turn the page, please. A word from the artist. That'd be the Lego designer. Architecture, a wonderful game.
I love this. That is just, those are just so cool looking.
So pretty neat looking.
Mm-hmm.
Then this might be stuff, that might be a page that's in all of them. Then of course our parts list, references. So, and then the back of the book shows you what it should look like from the back, and then some more products you can buy, which aren't quite as interesting.
Falling water.
That is a neat one.
Yes, falling water is very cool.
Most of those are pretty small though.
It freezes during the winter and then it runs during
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
other seasons.
I'd love to visit that. Seattle Tower, I think is what it's called.
Seattle Tower.
And then some of those that look very similar.
Mm.
Probably the Empire State
That's a
Building.
museum.
The Rockefeller Museum or something,
Yeah,
I think it is. Big and red. But anyway, enough about the instruction manual. Let's go ahead and take a look at the actual set. But of course, with Lego architecture, we don't get any minifigures.
And that's have a micro figure.
And that, I know.
That would be like micro.
And that is why I don't like Lego architecture, because we don't get any minifigures. It's just terrible.
Although if you are an architect, or want to be an architect,
These are interesting.
These would be very, very helpful.
Yes.
Because they tell you about who designed it, and they just kind of help you think in more architectural terms.
I'll go and give you a 360. If you could spin it a little bit, please, Feanor. Yeah, we'll show you it in some pretty good detail here. I forget the names of some of these parts of the building. I know that that back rounded part has a
I know that
name.
this piece is called the White House piece.
Speaking of that, that is a printed brick that tells you that it is the White House. So that's very nice. That is not a sticker. We don't get any stickers in this set.
Oh yeah.
So I'm assuming that all Lego architecture sets have printed bricks telling you what they are. So that's really cool. Also, we do get some trees out front. I am missing a few of them. So any comments about our trees, Feanor?
Keep them together.
And they're big and green. We're very informative here on Bill Brickonan's channel.
Apparently.
Moving right along, we do get these pieces, which are somewhat rare. Not really.
In that color.
In that color. It's basically a small version of Gandalf the White Staff. Now here's a really rare piece. Let me take some of these out.
Oh, I remember this piece.
Yes, this did come in the Tower of Orthanc set. It is a clear minifigure head, and here it serves as a giant lamp. I mean, it's kind of like an odd size compared to the rest of it.
We don't know that much about architectural places and stuff, even our own capital here.
Yeah,
so we're not.
I know more about the
sure
politics of the White House than the architecture of the White House. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit hard to get that back in.
I'll just leave it.
Yeah, you saw where it was, so you don't really need to see where it was. You get a nice cone piece on top there as well, and lots of black border pieces. So it's kind of like the White House has been taken out of the rest of the world and put into some other dimension. Yes. Some black pieces here. It'd be nice if it was like light.
These are not
translucent.
to anything. Except for the top here.
It'd be nice if these were like translucent instead of black, because it's like all the lights are off inside the White House. It's just.
Yeah, but then they would have to do detail on the inside too.
No, they wouldn't. Just some clear pieces. But lots of these pieces here, which are somewhat rare.
Yeah,
Just
kind of.
Just a little bit. I'm sorry, I was focused up there. So you get lots of those in the set if you like those pieces, like picket fences. Here, I don't know what the exact name of this is. I know it has.
It's a
Rotunda.
It's a quarter of a circle, right?
A semicircle.
No, I mean like this is a quarter of a circle.
Yes.
Okay, so these are quarter of a circle pieces put together.
And one interesting thing is that these are held together by skeleton arms.
Or white droid arms, depending on which set you get it from.
So that's an interesting building technique there.
And then you don't see a whole lot of these pieces, but these are very cool pieces.
I wouldn't say those are exactly rare.
They're not rare, but you don't see a whole lot of them either.
Yeah. They're in quite a few Star Wars and Indiana Jones sets.
Star Wars is what I've seen them. I haven't seen them in Indiana Jones though.
Yeah, they're in Indiana Jones vehicles a lot. You get our flag here, but it's not red, white, and blue. It's just white. So a building technique would be to make a bigger flag and make it red, white, and blue.
Or to harass Lego for being cheap.
Or you can do that too. And I do want to try and take the roof off here if I can.
That looks like hard work.
Yeah, I might not be able to, and I'm sorry if I can't.
Don't risk it anymore.
Yeah.
It'll look lopsided.
Yeah, it'll break. But I can show you the interior detailing here. It's not interior decorating, it's just interior detailing via the instruction manual. So you can see what kind of stuff you're going to be building inside. Lots of small pieces. It's a bit of a tough. Hey, there. This is kind of like what I wanted to show you here. Lots of these kinds of pieces, pillars, small black pieces. So very interesting building techniques here. I would not recommend this at all to a beginner. Not at all. Then one more thing I do want to tell you, just in case you did notice this, these are improvised parts. These should be the whole white bricks with no holes.
But let me guess, you had to take it off for something.
Yes. So I just had to improvise. Sorry about that, but anyway, that is about
I think
it.
it actually gives a little bit more of a chimney look than the others.
True.
Because you have a hole there instead of just a solid brick.
Yeah, that's the only one that had to do like that. So yeah, I guess it does give a bit of a chimney look or something. And I'm sure the White House has many fireplaces. Because they got bowling alleys, they got movie theaters. They're treated very special up there.
Really?
Yes. And that's like a little welcome mat piece, this gray piece right here. let's go ahead and get to the ratings and building tips. You could, if you really wanted to, try and build some presidents that you could stick out here in the White House lawn. That'd be interesting. I know they came out with a Revolutionary War hero that looked a lot like George Washington in the minifigure series.
I remember that.
So you could add him. But other than that, let's go ahead and get to our ratings. So I'll go ahead and rate the builds and the play because I'm sure Feanor here will have a lot to say about the display. So for the build, we do get a few interesting pieces, including the White House printed brick down here. In case you don't remember that, that's it. The clear minifigure heads, where did that go? Oh, here we are. This is an interesting piece. I personally have only seen it in one other set, that is the Tower of Orthanc. So it's an interesting piece that I like a lot. Some fairly big base plates down here, green, and a few long black ones. And up on the roof of the White House, there's some long black pieces.
Oh, and quartered square.
Yeah, those are kind of rare.
Slanted pieces there.
And these are like trapezoids or something, I don't know what you want to call them. And lots of white rods, white pillars, and these gate-looking pieces. So it's an interesting build. So I think I'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and give it an 8 for the rating because we do get a few interesting parts and pieces. And it's definitely a very interesting build. I can't say it's a fun build, but it's an interesting one. And there's not a whole lot to say for play because there's like none. I'm going to have to give it a 1 for play. That is the lowest rating I've ever given anything on our channel. But Lego architecture is not meant for play. It's really meant for build and then maybe a little bit for display as well. Well, quite a bit for display, I guess, but mostly for build. So, Feanor will go ahead and give you the rating for display.
Any architecture set that I will be part of a review, it will get a 10 for display.
Wow.
Because of the detailing that goes into it and the fact that it tells you what it is. No other set does that.
Well, yeah, all the architecture sets do, I believe.
Exactly. So every single architecture set gets a 10. Like, if I review them, they get a 10 from me, so.
Well, this is the only one that we have.
This is the only one that we have. I'm not giving it a 10 just because it's my country's capital. I'm giving it a 10 because it has great detailing, as has been mentioned, the trees, nice, like fence for the roof. And then on this side, same thing, very nice detailing and everything. That's why it gets a 10, because it's meant for display. You can't play with it, which is a little bit of a drawback.
Yeah.
If I was able to go higher than 10, then it would just stay at 10. Like if it was 1 out of 11, it would stay at 10, even though it maybe should be an 11 since there is no play.
Yeah.
It does not get anything but a 10 if it's 1 out of 11.
Okay. And I do believe I forgot to give you the specifics.
Oh, yeah.
So the specifics are, it is set 21006. Recommended ages are 12 plus. So that's an age rating we can agree with for once. Unless you're a young kid.
That's an amazing.
Unless you're like
age
a
rating.
child prodigy that really wants to build. I think I was younger than 12 when I built this actually. Or maybe I just turned 12. Something like that. And
Not that long ago.
561 pieces for $49.99. So we actually got a really good price per piece here, but that's because we don't get any minifigures. And other than these specific parts and pieces that we mentioned, there aren't a whole lot of interesting parts and pieces. So other than that, that is it for your Lego White House review, unless there's anything else you'd like to add, Feanor?
Nope.
So thanks for tuning in. This will probably be the one and only architecture review that we have on here, at least for now. Maybe at a later time we'll get some more on here. But of course for now we're focusing on Tolkien sets and Star Wars sets. So thanks for tuning in. Check out some more LEGO reviews, and we will see you next time. And there's just one more thing to add. Random giant monster plant attacking our country's capital.
Well, the United States of America's capital.
Dun dun dun!